pig farming continues to be a booming agriculture business around the world. As food becomes more and more costly, pig farming forms a moderate balance and affordable protein source for consumers. Starting a lucrative pig farming business is not as difficult as people might think. There are some few steps to consider in order to be a success in your farming venture. Before starting, you will need to make some necessary research. You need to find out how many pig farmers are in your area. If there are competitions, then, at least, you know there is market. If there are no pig farmers, you will need to know more research to see why people are not raising pigs. Once you have discovered the problem, you will need to find solutions to the problem. The more problems you solve, the more customers you will get. If the competition is intense, you will then need to find out where your competitors are going wrong through your research and then better your competitors. Offer promotions and discounts to start with. Once you fully establish yourself, your pigs will sell itself. If the pigs are raised right, in the correct environment and under the right conditions, you will have multiple repeat customers. You should always start small, test your market and see where you can improve before expanding your business. Make an estimate of the type and number of customers who might buy your products to ensure that your pig unit is as successful as possible. During your research process, you need to make sure that your farm will be located at the designated research area. Buy the farmland in a village where land is slightly cheaper and also, away from cities. The location of the land is crucial because it indicates access to the market and also, it helps to reduce noise pollutions. You should also have access roads for easy transportation of the animals to and fro from the farm. Apart from the farm, one other thing that is extremely expensive is housing. However, you should bear in mind that these are one-off expenses and it will pay itself off within few years. You will have to decide what kit of housing you want, whether an outdoor system or an indoor system. Assuming you have opted to go for an indoor intensive farming, make sure the housing is airing, spacious and above all, clean. Choose how you want to maintain the housing, whether concrete flooring, or deep littered system with either sawdust or wood shavings. Time to bring in your pigs once the housing is completed. You need to choose whether you want to start with piglets, gilts or sows. However, when I started my piggery, I started with pregnant sows. If you buy a 1-month-old pregnant sow, within 2 months, they will deliver and then sell them off after weaning them. Most of the money will be used to expand the business whilst you can use some to bring in aboard to system the sows to get them pregnant again. Within a year, you will develop a system that works for you. Pigs are animals that do no sweat. They usually drink water or use water to cool themselves whenever they feel hot. Pigs are heavy drinkers and get very agitated when there are no clean water available. When feeding them, pigs love it if their food is mixed with water because it stops them from taking time off eating to go and drink water. Speaking of feeding, pigs are scheduled animals and become upset when the schedule is broken. Pigs do not mind the number of times you feed them, whether once, twice or even 3 times. They need consistency and prefer the feeding to be around the same time, so, if you feed them at 7 a.m., 2 p.m. and 7 p.m., you need to maintain that feeding schedule on a daily basis. You will hear the pigs unhappy when feeding time is approaching and start crying when the time is missed. After establishing your business, you need to find the right breed for your farm. The most common pigs in Ghana and around the world is the large white. Have a pure breed large white and select a good sow or gilt and boar to start your breeding process. After few years, change your males in order to stop inbreeding. Pigs are usually bred twice a year. The gestation period is 3 months, 3 weeks and 3 days. When they give birth, it is called farrowing. A good sow can give you an average of 8 to 20 piglets. Sometimes, you can even get more piglets. Most people hope for the sows to have about 14 piglets due to the number teeth, breast, the sow has. If they have more, you may have to either bottle feed the piglets or give them to a surrogate mother to feed the piglets. You must be familiar with housing and caregiving, whether you intend to raise pigs to be sold for their flesh or to be kept as pets. Pigs are valuable animals because of the meat and manure they produce. Consumers are now more conscious of the origins of their meat thanks to the growth of the organic food movement, and many of them choose to purchase it from small, regional producers rather than from giant corporate farms. Deworming, often spelled worming, is the process of providing an anthelmintic medication, also referred to as a wormer or dewormer, to pigs and other livestock to get rid of helminth parasites like roundworm, flukes, and tapeworm. For use on livestock, purge dewormers can be made as a feed additive to be consumed, a paste or gel to be placed at the back of the animal's mouth, a liquid drench to be administered orally, an injection, or a pour-on to be applied to the animal's top line. Pigs experience a variety of health problems as a result of changing habitats and climatic conditions. Worm infestation, on the other hand, is a hidden illness that affects pigs everywhere. It might be challenging to identify the presence of worms until the worm's growth reaches an advanced stage and exhibits visible symptoms. If you are a farmer, it is advised that you take action before worms have full influence over your pig's health. You'd best take precautions by routinely deworming your pigs and preventing worm infestations. Deworming promotes the well-being of your pigs and, eventually, the success of your farming enterprise. Roundworms, tapeworms, flukes, and other internal parasites negatively impact a pig's general health. As a responsible farmer, you should be aware of the following symptoms or consequences of worms on your pig and contact the vet right away. Pigs with worm infections typically have poor physical health. They start to look skinny and unattractive. Their fur gets dingy and unhealthy. The diseased pigs still have a bad appearance even after receiving a considerable amount of feed, since the meal is devoured by worms and is of little service to the pigs. The nutrients are excreted from the pig's body by the intestinal worms as they eat on its flesh. The pig's ability to produce milk and nourish their piglets is affected by their lack of sufficient nutrition. The intestinal parasites, such as worms and ticks, draw blood from the pigs and make them anemic. If your pig exhibits symptoms like anorexia, sluggishness, pale gums, and difficulty breathing. The most typical issue with pigs with worm faces is this one. In other circumstances, diarrhea causes pigs to feel dehydrated and makes it difficult for them to consume and digest feed. Since healthy pigs generate more milk and aid in the growth of your piggery business, maintaining healthy pigs and other livestock must be vital to you as a farmer. Make careful you frequently and appropriately deworm your pigs and other livestock. We have provided the deworming regimen for you below. Use this routine to keep worms away from your animals. Thank you for watching my videos. Comment below. Do well to subscribe to the channel. Like and share the videos with family and friends. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.